feel like I've just been thrown all these different tests lately. When the universe is sending you tests and you just keep passing them with flying colors. To stick to my routines the last year, but I would say in the last couple months I've been a lot more intentional about leveling up and not necessarily just maintaining and doing the same thing that I'm doing every day, but just really looking for opportunities to take my practices to the next level. And one thing that I've really been asking the universe for is really speak to me, to guide me, to make signs plain and clear and easy for me to understand. And I've really been making it a priority to tune in with my body to see how I'm feeling about things. And I think because I've been asking for it and I've been open to it, it's just been pouring down, and I've been receiving downloads and just really been guided in the most easiest way. You know, the person at the airport who like directs a plane with those light cones. I just feel like the universe has been like that. This is the way, this is the sign. I feel like I've just been thrown all these different tests lately. I'm gonna insert that meme of that picture of that baby. When the universe is sending you tests and you just keep passing them with flying colors, and that feeling when you know I just need to trust myself and follow with my heart, and I'm gonna make the right decisions. And I think that all these little things, they might seem small, but they're these tiny little steps in the right direction for me that I feel have been incrementally changing my mind and the way that I think and releasing me from limiting beliefs. And recently, like, something I've been doing is kind of ending every journal entry with, instead of like signing it off, love Leona, I always just name what I'm feeling in that moment, like love gratitude or love lesson learned. I signed my journal off today with love new brain level unlock, because that is truly what I feel has been the focus in the last week for me. Me being able to just look at things with a completely new perception. Honestly, I think anyone who's on the journey of trying to live a more positive life, live a more abundant life, break through limiting beliefs that they have, increase their self-confidence, and really just like mature and grow and level up and just approach life from a very conscious place. All these little things that I've found that I've just been drawn to have helped me to break through all of these barriers that were in my way, which were really programming that I had in my mind that I had to unlearn, that I first had to recognize. I have a completely different approach to my shadow self now. I think when I first started on this journey, each time I would realize that I had a limiting belief about something, or that I maybe had a shadow part of myself that I hadn't realized before, initially I would get really sad. I would be really down on myself. And one thing that I know about myself is whenever I was faced with problems before, my initial reaction was like, oh, pity me, like poor me. And I would wallow in that for so long. Not necessarily that I'm going around telling everybody about this problem, but like that was the energy that I had. And I would beat myself up about it. Instead of really thinking about how do I get through this, I would be feeling guilty about even experiencing those feelings. In the beginning, the process was hard because every little thing that I would uncover, I would go through this mourning stage, it felt like, and I'd be really sad. And at some point, I was able to recognize this in me and be like, okay, this needs to stop, because I'm always constantly going to be learning things about me. I can't have a full-on temper tantrum about it every time and be sad about it for days. You need to process that, feel it, let it go through you, not let that emotion sit in you and stay in you, and not attach a story to that emotion that now turns into yet another layer of something that you have to scrape off and shed later. Reframing my mind around going through this growing journey this last year, and really just accepting it and seeing it as the beautiful thing that it is, because at the beginning of the year, that is literally what I prayed for. I turned 33 last March, and all I wanted for this year was to level up in the most beautiful way. I just wanted to really take the time to separate myself from relationships and just focus on growing myself and healing myself and appreciating the love and support from family and friends. I think a lot of times we place a lot of importance in intimate love, and I needed to pour that into me. Like, that was the first time that I was very intentional about it. You know, I think I had begun that journey probably back in 2020, but my attention shifted. I entered into a relationship and I was really focused on that, and not from a place of awareness either, just from a place of the ego. And I was still holding a lot of limiting beliefs that were just not allowing me to go in the direction that I wanted to go. I always have these dreams of me driving cars, and in my dreams, for whatever reason, like, I cannot control the car no matter how hard I try. Like, if I want to turn the steering wheel to go right, it always feels so hard and impossible, and I have to put so much grip and focus and attention into doing this thing. It's really weird that, like, for whatever reason, in all my dreams, I can never control cars properly, but it would feel like that. I would want to turn smoothly, but my mind would make that turn so difficult and hard because of the way I perceive things that I believed. So it's been the most beautiful feeling to stick to routines and see the changes in the way that I think, in the way that I perceive the world, in the way that I handle problems, in the way that I even correct myself when I find myself kind of sliding back into old programming or old limiting beliefs, and gently bringing myself back into alignment and, like, reminding myself what the goal is. It's so much easier to be present now, you know, something that I felt like I only ever felt glimpses of before, and it was almost like you try to replicate that moment or get back to that moment, and it was like, how did I even get there? And now it's so easy to just take a deep breath and just be, or just see things with a different lens, not just seeing them with your body's eyes, but really seeing them with the eyes from your soul. I'm understanding for the first time what it really means. Throughout the years, I've always heard the saying that you are not your mind, you are that which witnesses the mind thinking. And I literally understood what it meant, and my mind understood what it meant, and my ego nodded along like it understood what it meant, but I had only really experienced tiny glimpses of it. And then one day my mind just shifted, and it was like I could finally feel what those words meant. As in, I was now seeing things from a different perspective and realizing that I am a soul with a body, and this is how my soul chooses to meticulate, or how my soul chooses to appear in this world. Everything felt like new experiences. I was seeing things very differently. Not gonna lie, some things almost felt funny, like I'm in on this secret that not a lot of people will get, and I'm sure there's some people watching this video now like, what is she talking about? Those who get it. Those who don't, and that's cool, because I understand that this isn't everybody's path, and I wish it was more people's paths. But hey, that's what this channel is for, to open your eyes, to open your perspectives. You know, I feel like there's so many dope resources out there, and once you just open that door, you just find the things that you're attracted to that open your mind. I've read so many great books this year. The 4 Agreements was amazing. The Power of Now, Untethered Soul, The Kabbalion, Think Like a Monk. I'm reading 8 Rules of Love right now by Jay Shetty. All of Jay Shetty's podcasts. YouTube, obviously, is very amazing for finding resources about opening and expanding your mind and establishing better habits to be more disciplined and successful and abundant in life. Whatever you're looking for, the internet has it. It's easy to get lost in social media and be scrolling and unconsciously be taking in things and feeling insecure about things and building complexes and adding more things and layers that you need, again, to tear down later. Use these things to your betterment. I get on TikTok and I'm looking up things about the Akashic Record, just finding videos about more of the things that I know are going to expand my mind and make me level up, and not necessarily things that are gonna like bring me down and and lower my frequency. I just want to like absorb it all and level up and just be dreadhead spiritual goddess who's just infinitely connected to the world and just feels immensely and just pours love and light out into the world. And the best way to do that is to learn and unlearn certain things. Expand your mind. Joe Dispenza is another amazing author. There's so many videos and compilations of his talks on YouTube. One of my favorite quotes that I constantly remind myself, like every day at 2:22, I have a reminder set on my phone. One of his videos, he's talking about how when you want to level up in life, when you want to change the way you think, when you want to break through limiting beliefs, you have to remember that every step you take, whether it be tiny, is within the direction of change. It's these incremental changes that lead to breakthroughs, that lead to new pathways being formed in your brain, new habits being established, new ways of thinking, new ascensions being reached, new realities and perceptions being opened up to you. It's these little incremental changes, and over time you overcome, and it's overcoming and overcoming and overcoming until you become somebody else. All these little decisions that I make are going to lead me to the reality that I desire. I need to be reminded of that every day so that in the moment I'm always making the best decision that I know supports my highest and greatest good, so that I can continue to advance and be the goddess that I know I am meant to be. Thank you so much for tuning in with me today. If you made it to the end of this video, please subscribe, okay? Join the LeonaLove family. I love you for taking the time to watch this. And remember that self-love is the best love. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.